Hey guys, so I just finished watching The Strangers Pray at Night, starring Christina Hendricks, Martin Henderson, Bailey Madison, Lewis Pullman, the son of Bill, Damien Maffey as the man in the mask, Emma Bellamy as Dollface, and Lee Ensslin as Pinup, directed by Johan Roberts. Now, the trailers to this thing looked really cool. I was pretty curious about checking it out. It was the sequel to the original 2008 film The Strangers, starring Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler. I've not seen that one for a long time. I remember enjoying it for what it was. Basically, Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler are a couple alone in a house, not many people around, and these three strangers turn up wearing strange masks. From memory, well, spoiler alert for The Strangers, Scott Speedman and Liv Tyler do meet a sticky end in that film, and The Strangers kind of did, survive to come into another movie, which I'm assuming is this one. Obviously played by different actors now. So this one follows the story of the family played by Christina Hendricks as Cindy, Martin Henderson playing her husband, Mike, with their two kids, Kinsey, played by Bailey Madison, and Luke, played by Lewis Pullman. They're having a bit of dysfunction, so apparently Kinsey is being sent off to boarding school. She's caused a bit of disruption amongst the family. The parents are at their wits' end, so they're taking her to boarding school. So along the way, they stop over at a family relation who own a trailer park, an aunt and uncle. So they're staying at the trailer park for an extended period. It's not really clear. I don't know if they're just stopping over on the way to somewhere else. But anyway, they pull into this trailer park. There's no one around. It's completely abandoned. There's no one else there. I don't know if it's like some kind of new estate, but all the buildings on this estate are trailers.
This place seems empty.
I think everybody leaves after Labor Day.
This is nice, right?
There's someone else staying here?
Get settled into the trailer, and then pretty much straight away, we got Dollface knocking on the door without the mask. She doesn't have the mask on initially, it's just the actress.
Is Tamara home?
I think you have the wrong trailer.
A bit more family feuding. Kinsey runs off because, she's a teenage girl and she's full of angst. And then the parents convince the brother, Luke, to go and talk to her. They're at loggerheads too. They don't really get along at all. So he's wondering, what the hell am I supposed to say? So they go wandering off through the trailer park. Really moody, foggy, having a smoke, bonding.
I thought we were all alone. What the hell? Dad?
Anyway, from then on, it is pretty much just a pretty standard generic slasher flick. Let me get through the positives. First up, the direction is okay. It's not the best. He does the job. He's done 47 meters down. I've seen that. It was Dark Hunters, never seen that. The Expelled, and Storage 24. So I've seen one. Wait. Yeah, I've seen one, 47 meters down with Mandy Moore and Claire Holt, about a couple of girls, sisters who go scuba diving and they get stuck in a cage underwater surrounded by sharks. It was okay. Once again, the direction was competent. So he can point a camera in the right direction and get some decent performances out of his almost said staff, out of his performers. Second positive, nicely shot. A lot of moody, kind of foggy scenery in this. There is a scene at a pool where we've got some lights decorating the poolside area, which would have looked amazing on 4K HDR. Really nice and bright. Alas, it's only on Blu-ray, so that was nice. Nicely lit. Like I said, the performances were okay. Martin Henderson is an Aussie actor I've been following for a long time. I think the last time I saw him in a horror flick was with The Ring. And Christina Hendricks is always a solid performer. Loved her in Mad Men, and she's really cool in Drive. And the kids I've never seen before. The only reason I kind of like I didn't perk up at him, at Lewis Pullman, is because I was trying to place his face, and it wasn't until I did a check on the IMDb that I realised that he was the son of Bill Pullman. So that's where I kind of saw the family resemblance. And I thought, that's cool. But then I moved on. The soundtrack. Now, the soundtrack to this is killer. It is absolutely amazing. They use a lot of 80s rock as the backing track to a lot of the kills in this, and just setting the mood. So the soundtrack is absolutely wicked. High recommend. Like I said, not a horrible film, but like I said, it's pretty much just a stock standard slasher flick. The kills aren't too over the top in this. If you're coming in as a gorehound, trying to see some really glorious, gory kills, not so much. It's pretty much stabby, gunshot. That's about it. So nothing too extreme or over the top in a film of this type. But I don't think that's the type of film this was trying to be. Like, I do recall the original The Strangers being pretty much the same vein, so it's just kind of staying true to the original formula. Nothing too crazy. The suspense was okay. Like, there was a lot of Moody running around in the fog, not knowing whether these strangers were going to jump out at you or not, but that was fine. But there was no real motivation. I didn't understand the characters, the killers, the strangers. There was no explanation at all about why they were doing what they were doing. We only saw Dollface without the mask. The other two had the masks on the whole time, the guy and the girl, pin-up, and the man in the mask. But I don't know, it was just kind of like, I know that Halloween, for instance, that original one, Michael Myers didn't have any massive backstory. We didn't know much about him at all, and that really kind of enhanced the mystery. So I can buy not knowing the motivation or why our killers are doing what they're doing. But I just kind of felt a little bit empty, not really knowing what the motivation was, because it was just strange behavior from three people who like are in an abandoned estate where there's no one else around, who just happen to be there and just want to randomly kill people. Why? Get counselling. Something. But the masks were cool. They didn't really seem to have any remorse for their compatriots when, I'm not going to give away too much, but when the strangers do kind of get knocked off, there's no real rage or revenge to kind of enhance their, agitation at killing people. But anyway. Okay, score. Out of 10, I'm going to give The Strangers Pray at Night 6 out of 10. I have seen a lot worse horror flicks. I've seen a lot worse movies in general. It was okay. It's just not going to stick with me. It was popcorn. It was the same could be said about the first movie. I saw it that one time. I didn't really feel compelled to go back. I was contemplating doing a double feature today, watching that one first and then diving into this one. But I couldn't have been asked. It was fine. Check it out. Have you seen it? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Leave us alone!
But we've just started.